Stop number 14 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Dover Downs International Speedway, Dover, Delaware, as we're here today for the running of the FedEx Autism Speaks 400. As we're set for 60 laps of action on the track called the Monster Mile, where it chews up cars and spits them out. And we had a wild race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The last time on the tournament to 600. Now it's time for 400. Now it's time for the 60 laps on the Monster Mile here at Dover. So here comes command of the Faraday engines here today for today's race. On the pole, it is Mike Becker in car number 7, the QVC Ford. He'll be alongside Joshua Collard, number 43, the STP Pontiac. And neither driver have yet to win a race this season, so we'll see what happens here after this race here, if one of those two can score. Another driver has not won yet this season, but is usually a contender here, Dylan Poteet, number 22, the MB&A Pontiac. He's inside of row 2. Beside him, Levi McIntyre, two-time winner this season, and number 99, XFSSKF Ford. He won this season at Darlington and again at Richmond. Third row has the Daytona 500 champion, Charles Sanford, and alongside of him, number 30, Audra Baranowskis, in the Pennzoil Pontiac. Sanford carrying one of our in-car cameras in today's event. Fourth row, it is Jason Haywood in car 21 to Sitco Ford, and Rockingham winner Kyle Matthews in 42. Row 5, it's Zachary Fitzwater in car 29, the Carson Network Chevrolet, and Cole Deaver in the GM Gibbons Chevrolet. He won the season at Atlanta. Sixth row, it's Jesse Turner in car 19, and one number down, car 18, it's Paul Minnick, who won the season over at, this season over at Bristol. Going to the seventh row, it's Kev Shear in car 71, and car number 10, Ryan Acosta sitting alongside. The eighth row will find four-time series champion Jessica Shelton, two-time winner this season winning the season at Texas and again at Martinsville. And beside her in car number 1, the Hooters Pontiac, it is Alexander Rowe. Row 9 is William Brock, the winner at California in car number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet, and Michael Whitman in car 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. Going to row number 10, it is Patrick Smith in the Lowe's Ford, car number 11, and Dylan Young in number 2, the Miller Ford. He has our second in-car camera in today's event. Row 11, it's Joshua Osborne in car 37, winner this season at North Wilkesboro, and number 88, Kat Batson, who won a season at Talladega. She also won the All-Star race this season in car 88. Next row down, it's Becca Tellier in car number 6, the Valvoline Ford, and car number 28, Keith Batson in the Texaco Haviland Ford. Next row down is Ashlyn Boyd in car number 9 and Phil Parker in car number 5. Parker carrying our third in-car camera in today's event. Next row down, it's car number 90, Jordan Lopez, and alongside of him, car 16, Johnny Gardner in the Family Channel Prime Star Ford. Next row down is Ryan George, who won the 600 this season at Charlotte in the 23 Smokin' Joe's Ford. Beside him will be Shane Lake in car 17 of Western Auto Parts America Chevy. Next row down, Jonathan Sorlin in car number 44, the Phoenix Racing Chevrolet, and number 81, Nick Baxter in the Square D Ford. Next row down is number 75, Quentin Moore in the Remington Arms Ford, and Chelsea Bowles in number 77 in the Jasper Engines Ford. Next row down is car number 12, JT Bryant in his Ford, and beside him will be Kyle Langland in the Budweiser Chevrolet, car number 25. Next row down is Jack Lagacy in car 87, who had a great second-place run at Charlotte, the last race on the tour. Beside him will be Preston Dive Bomb City Plord in number 15. Next row down is Max Anderson in 98, the RCA Ford, and beside him will be Glenn Duhit in number 8, the Circuit City Ford. And starting shotgun in the field will be Al Lagacy in car number 33, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. His win came at Las Vegas this season. So we look at the front row starters. Actually, top 3 starters have not won a race this season. Mike Becker's last win came at Talladega in the Winston 500 last season. And Joshua Collard, I think, won last season at Martinsville. And while Poteet has not won a race in a long time. So this ought to be an interesting race here today on this high bank 1 mile oval here at the Dover Downs International Speedway as we'll be set for green flag racing here. And here comes command the Faraday engines.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command again the Faraday engines as we get set for action here today. As again, our in-car cameras will belong inside Charles Sanford's car, along also with Dylan Young and with Phil Parker. That's who all has our in-car cameras in today's event. Trouble spots at Dover can be turned. Well, there's usually turns 2 and especially turn 4. That's usually the trouble spots at Dover. It's like I said, it usually reaches up and grabs you, chews up cars and spits them out here. So we'll see what happens here. This track, I think the Sun called this track an overgrown Bristol's what it kind of is. And you think whatever tires are usually good at Bristol? Bristol's a half-mile track. This is a concrete 1-mile track. So we'll see what happens here today at this track at Dover. Mike Becker and Joshua Collard, Ford and Pontiac on the front row for today's event. In fact, Pontiac has 3 of the top 5 spots here, and Pontiac has 5 cars in this field. So we'll see what happens here. It is Becker and Collard on the front row as the field comes off corner number 4. Pace car looks on the pit road, looking for a green flag, and they did it. We're racing at Dover. And an excellent start by Mike Becker. He took off really well on the start. Poteet already up to second position now. Charles Sanford trying for third spot as they come off corner number 4. This track at Dover very, very fast here in the first lap at just over 153 miles per hour. And they go into turn at almost 180 on this track. We'll keep an eye on this storm of cars here. You see Kyle Matthews up on the high side, Cole Deaver dipping down low at number 3. Keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye right here. Let's see what happens here. Matthews dips to the low side of the track. 3 wide off the 4th corner. Oh, that was close. And Matthews up and down low on the track, and he saves it. And I thought he's going to come right back against Jesse Turner's car and slam into him and crash. Keith Batson's around. JT Bryant is upside down, number 12. Shane Lake is involved. Jordan Lopez, Chelsea Bowles. And JT Bryant's car upside down at number 12. So crash, it didn't start. It basically started in turn number 4, ended off turn number 2. Al Legacy is on pit road. Keith Batson, he had basically high hopes for this race here today. After a great season he had last season. It's all been going down for Batson, but and this crash here took out several good. This crash took out several good cars in this race. Let's take a look at what happened. Let's start things off. Come off turn number 4. Kyle Matthews was on the inside of the track here. He had Audra Baranowskis and the 29 of Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater gets off the wall. He gets off Baranowskis and then that sends her right into Kyle Matthews. Matthews, I thought at this point, had everything under control. He then turns right down the apron of the track, slides sideways. And I thought then he was going to go right up against Jesse Turner and take him out. And just misses Turner, and he comes back right in front of Shelton. And then almost gets Osborne in the 37. Misses him, and Whitman, and Rowe, and Boyd. Comes back against Jordan Lopez, and bam! Right into him and Keith Batson. Phil Parker gets up the wall. Ryan George, the 600 winner, is involved in the crash. And JT Bryant gets turned over by Nick Baxter in 81. And that's where Bryant flips. And if you like to know what an undercarriage of a NASCAR car looks like, well, there you go right there. transmission exhaust pipes is about what really you want to know inside underneath the car. So, and well, Shane Lake got a good view of that himself too. So, so first caution flying on the 4th lap here at Dover Downs International Street, and Phil Parker actually almost got turned in the wall by Johnny Gardner. And we had an in-car camera inside Phil Parker's car. Let's take a ride with him. It's not over yet. So Phil Parker got stuffed in the wall a couple times here. Once coming out of turn 4 and the other time coming out of turn number 2. So that's all happened to Parker's car. And Dylan Poteet's not leading the race there. Mike Becker. And apparently Mike Becker crashed somewhere along the way under yellow. And he's out of the race. Well then. So a heartbreaker for Mike Becker, who had a pretty much a good shot to win this race here today at Dover Downs International Speedway. Tell you what, if it rains, it pours for him for sure, because he's had a off and on season this season. But the leader is now Dylan Poteet, number 22, and he's looking for his first win in a long, long time. The man who, of course, at one time was the all-time win leader of this series, and I think still is. I'm not sure, to be honest. And boy, this would be a big win for him if he holds on. So we'll see what happens here. JT Bryant's alongside of him. He's the only car a lap down. It's running. Green flag back out. We're back underway here at Dover. Charles Sanford up on the high side of the track here. He and his buddy Levi McIntyre side by side. And Baranowskis almost gets to the inside wall. And she spins along with Sanford. Hit here. Whitman's involved. Quentin Moore's involved. And Quentin Moore's upside down. A bad crash come up in turn number 1. And Poteet just barely missed rear end in the back of Charles Sanford's car. So again, a little problem that manifests itself into something big here at Dover, and this time it was Audra Baranowskis, and it got turned by Cole Deaver into the wall. Let's see what happened. Come off the 4th corner as caution number 2 flies on the 10th lap. And again, Baranowskis has turned almost into the wall. She has it saved. And just like we saw with Kyle Matthews earlier, she goes up into Jason Haywood, and he takes Sanford. Minnick's involved, Fitzwater, and Whitman gets involved as well. And let's see what happened to 75 of Quentin Moore. He gets into Preston Plord. And there's where Moore gets turned over by Alexander Rowe, flips him over. But that's not where the hard hits happen, too, strangely enough. Watch the 24 of Michael Whitman. Several cars inside. There's several cars doing a good job avoiding the crash here. Kev Shear, Jesse Turner, Jessica Shelton, and many others do a good job avoiding the crash. And then Moore crashes right into Whitman's car. Whitman comes down right into the 21. And whoa, Paul Minnick was way up in the air in the 18 car. And I mean way up in the air. There you see Minnick spinning. He backs it into the wall. Whitman hits him. Let's see what's it. And oh yeah, Moore crashes right into Whitman's car. And here comes, yeah, Phil Parker crashes as well. Oh, Zorland. Oh my God. Wow, Zorland. I swear to goodness, that looked like he was going full speed on Paul Minnick's car. Let's see how fast Zorland was going when he crashed into Minnick's car. Minnick comes down right in front of him. Oh my goodness, that is a bad hit, and Minnick lands almost right onto 17 of Shane Lake. Well, we got a view from all three of our in-car cameras. First from Phil Parker's view. Again. So a bad view from inside Phil Parker's car. Charles Sanford's view. And Samper apparently stalled the car and had a hard time trying to get it to start on his machine. Dylan Young's view. And we're back underway. Green flag back out here at Dover. So sorry we missed the restart here. And Dylan Young right now currently running in 9th position right now. As the leader of the race is now still Dylan Poteet with Joshua Collard in 2nd position. And look at this, 3 wide, a couple of rows deep right here. Becca Tellier in this mix right there. There's Ryan Acosta, Patrick Smith, Joshua Osborne, Jessica Shelton. Several cars in this mix there. The eye of the storm here at Dover. There's the top 3 cars. It's Poteet the leader. 2nd is Collard. 3rd is Levi McIntyre. Cole Devers in 4th position. 5th position is William Brock. 6th is Jesse Turner. 7th, Dylan Young. 8th is Patrick Smith, the defending race champion at Dover. 9th, Joshua Osborne in battle for 10th between Becca Tellier and Jessica Shelton. And Shelton will take 10th position right now in the number 94 car. Ryan Acosta's 11th. 12th is Becca Tellier. 13th is Max Anderson, who started way back in the back. Johnny Gardner, 14th. Kyle Matthews is recovered to run 15th right now. Kat Batson, 16th. 17th, Jordan Lopez. 18th is Ashlyn Boyd. 19th is Ryan George. 20th right now is Kev Scherer, as he's just now gotten past Kyle Langland for that spot. Three wide, Jack Legacy, Preston Plord, and Jason Haywood, and there you see Fitzwater in this mix as well. Fitzwater 23rd. Plord is in 29th, a lap down. So there you see and look at the attrition list right now. The number one of Alexander Rose out of the race, as is Sanford, Minnick, Baranowskis, Whitman, Moore, Parker is out of the race. 44 of Zorland's out. Becker, Batson, Keith Batson, that is, Chelsea Bowles, and the 33 of Al Lagacy's out of the race. So, but things have now settled down here at Dover, as we are now 23 in the books and 37 laps are remaining here. As you see, the top 10 running single file. First side-by-side battles right there between fours as Ryan Acosta and a sixth of Becca Tellier. Max Anderson trying to dive underneath her that's for 12th position. And off the wall goes Ryan George, the Coca-Cola 600 champion. And now Jordan Lopez will try to dive underneath both Becca Tellier, or both Kat Batson, and the 42 of Kyle Matthews. On board Dylan Young's car, he's running right now in the 7th position. Dodged a couple of wrecks already here today. Trying to close up on Jesse Turner, just ahead of him in 6th. Give you an idea what it's like to ride along here at the high banks of Dover. Off the fourth corner it comes, about 165 miles an hour off the fourth turn. And into turn number 1 at about 179 miles an hour. Now, bear in mind, real-life NASCAR cars can't go that fast at Dover. And down to about 157 miles an hour through the middle of 3 and 4. And Young's last lap by 168.634. Fastest lap of the race so far is Jesse Turner, the only car to hit 170 miles per hour here at Dover. His fast lap 170.157. And he's got one of the best cars on the track right now. As you see, a battle for 4th going on between the 3 of Cole Deaver, the 4 of William Brock. A pair of Chevrolets, Deaver in the Goodwrench Chevrolet and Brock in the Kodak Chevy. And so far, these cars look pretty even right now here, as we're now halfway home, 30 in the books and 30 to go. Battle for 2nd between Joshua Collard and Levi McIntyre. First 13 races, we had 11 different winners. In the first 13 races, Dylan Poteet has a shot of possibly making it 12 of 14 here today. And got several good races coming up right here after this race here. After this race, they'll be heading to the first road course stop of the season at Riverside Raceway. Then after that, it's on the Pocono, then Michigan, another road course at Sonoma, and then on to the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. As Brock now gets moved up the track now, here comes Jesse Turner for 5th. And Turner does not quite have enough oomph under the hood of that Ford to get by the Chevrolet. And here comes Deaver trying to go inside of McIntyre. So the top 10, as I said before here, it's Poteet, Again, second position is Collard, and it's McIntyre. Deaver in fourth position. Fifth is Brock. Sixth is Turner. Seventh is Dylan Young. Patrick Smith running in eighth. Ninth right now is Joshua Osborne, the winner at North Wilkesboro, and Jessica Shelton running in 10th position. So Shelton looking pretty strong right now. Becca Tellier's in 11th. 12th is Max Anderson. 13th is Ryan Acosta, as he's in a battle with Johnny Gardner now for 13th. 14th is where Gardner's at. Kat Batson's 15th. 16th is Ashlyn Boyd. Kev Shearer is 17th. Kyle Matthews in 18th position, so a good recovery for him after being involved in the first wreck of the day. Jordan Lopez running 19th. 20th is Ryan George. 21st is Kyle Langland. Jack Lagacy's 22nd. 23rd is Zachary Fitzwater. Jason Haywood's 24th. 25th right now is Nick Baxter. And there's 26. Glenn Duhit has now been put a lap down. So that has Collard is still trying to hold off the challenge of Levi McIntyre's. Meantime, Cole Deaver's hung up on the high side now. As here comes Brock goes by, Jesse Turner, Dylan Young goes by. And here comes Osborne to the inside of Deaver, and Deaver gets caught between a rock and a hard place. Osborne goes by him, and so does Shelton. And Patrick Smith will fall, says Scrutus, and falls in behind Jessica Shelton. So Jessica picks up a couple of spots in this point of the track. So that moves her up to about 8th. And Osborne up to 7th. So Glenn Duhit says it goes to show you that lap cars can present some problems for some of the leaders of the track here. Shane Lake is currently 27th right now in this race. And let's see, rest of the order as they're running right now. 28th is JT Bryant and Preston Plord, last car running in 29th. And there is 25th, Nick Baxter, about ready to be put a lap down. Here comes Collard to the inside. Collard, another one that's not yet won a race this season. And Poteet gets around him very well, I think. Yes, he does. As meantime, Collard and McIntyre still going at it here. Collard and of course, a couple of different individuals from two different places here. Collard from the jolly old UK. And McIntyre from up in the state of Ohio. And of course, bear in mind, Collard the only international driver in the field from the UK. William Brock up the 4th position. Jesse Turner right now currently in 5th after that little shuffle that happened. As you see, a lap car now getting in this mix as well, as now Nick Baxter's been put a lap down. Now he gets out of the way of several of the leaders. Dylan Young will go inside of him, so will Osborne and Shelton. I think I spoke too soon. Osborne is caught behind Baxter. Here comes Shelton to the inside. Uh-oh, 3 wide off the 4th turn. Osborne and Shelton bounce off each other. Osborne holds her off for the moment. Scary moment for both Joshua Osborne and Jessica Shelton. And now here comes Cole Deaver trying to get by the 81 car now. Deaver in 9th position now. Becca Tellier running in 11th position, still in the 6th car. She is about, let's see, she is 2 4/10 of a second behind 10th place. So apparently the top 10 cars, by hooking up to each other, has pulled away from the 11th place car. And we got more traffic to bear here. That's Preston Plord and JT Bryant. As Poteet will try to go inside, try to make it 3 wide, but he thinks better of it. But that's allowed Joshua Collard to hook up in behind him. Here comes Collard to the inside of Poteet for the lead. And Joshua Collard to the inside. He'll take the lead from Dylan Poteet. On Poteet had a tough break for him, is now getting caught behind the lap traffic. But here comes Levi McIntyre now to the inside of Collard as he goes inside. He gets caught behind Bryant now. And here comes McIntyre for the lead. And Levi McIntyre takes car number 99 in the front spot, and that's going to put William Brock down about over second in the 4 car. So now we've gone from a possibility of having 12 out of the first 14 races that's won a race to now a possible first 3-time winner now with McIntyre. And the only one that can spoil that for him now is Jesse Turner and Dylan Young's and the Dylans have crashed. Both the Dylans have crashed. Osborne's involved. Caution number 3 has flown here today, and oh my goodness. I kind of figured sooner or later we were going to see something like that. Dylan Young's involved. There's Gardner, Osborne, Acosta. And it's happening coming to 11 laps to go here at Dover. And I think I saw the Shelton involved in this crash as well. I'm not sure, actually, to be honest. We'll see what happened here. They come off turn number 4, 3 wide. They're trying to lap the car of Preston Plord. And then I don't know who came down on who. Young goes up the track. And he and Poteet start doing a little John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer somewhat. And there you see, oh my gosh. Poteet goes right into Osborne, and Young slams in the Shelton. So, and oh, Nick Baxter, hard hit for the 81 car, sends him upside down. Oh my goodness. It was almost as if Nick Baxter didn't know where the brakes were on this thing. And then there's where Acosta, and Baxter actually lands right on top of Acosta's car and on top of Ashland Boyd's car as well. Sakes almighty, what? We have seen some bad crashes here at Dover here today. Real-time replay. Let's slow it down for you on this one right here. I don't know how fast Baxter was going when he crashed. That was, let's see, crashing Osborne doing 140 miles per hour. Then Plord hits him, lands on top of Acosta, lands up top of Ashland Boyd. Ryan George in 23 is involved as well. Let's take a ride on board Dylan Young. And you heard Dylan Young having a hard time getting his car to start, and apparently that's knocked him out of the race as well. So several more cars involved. Kev Shearer out of the race now. Dylan Young's out of the race. Joshua Osborne's out of the race, as is Ryan Acosta, Ashland Boyd, Ryan George, Nick Baxter, and Alexander Rowe also involved, also out of the race. So 22 cars are still left in this race, and we have an attrition list is 19 cars. So we got winners already of the season in the first and second spots here. Levi McIntyre and William Brock. The only one, Jesse Turner with the possibility of making it 12 winners of the first 14 races, possibly, along with Collard. They're third and fourth at the moment. As McIntyre and will lead him down. The green flag is back out, and Jesse Turner goes inside now of William Brock, already in the start. But as we've seen here at Dover, it's been very hard to pass. Unless you get a lap car. William Brock takes a peek to the inside, number 4. Let's see what happens through the third and fourth turns here. Turner goes inside of Brock off the fourth corner here as the top 3. Oh, and Cole Demers crashed! Caution out once again here at Dover, I think. Yep. And that's Levi McIntyre still leads him down with now 5 laps to go. So I don't know if we'll get this race restarted. Oh, and a tough break for Cole Deaver. He was in the top 10 when this all happened. It looked like he was in good shape for an excellent run here today. In replays, and watch it again. There you see Deaver gets off the wall right into JT Bryant's car. And Cole was running in 5th position when this all happened, too. So Cole Deaver goes now from 5th to 16th now at the moment. So the pace car lights are off, and we will get a 1-lap dash to the checkered flag here at Dover Downs International Speedway. Levi McIntyre looking to become the first to win 3 races this season here in season 19. William Brock trying to win his second race of the season. Jesse Turner trying to win his first. So it depends on who gets the better restart here at Dover. Let's see what happens here. McIntyre out in front. Second is Brock. Third is Turner. Fourth is Joshua Collard. Patrick Smith is in 5th. 6th is Max Anderson. Kyle Matthews in 7th. Kyle Langland 8th. Jordan Lopez 9th. And Jessica Shelton runs in 10th position as the green flag is about to fly. Actually, green and white flags are about to fly here as the green and white both wave last lap here at Dover. And Levi McIntyre gets the restart that he needed, so this may be all over but the shouting right there. As they come to the third and fourth turns here, the question is who's going to be second off turn number 4. First driver to win 3 races this season, Levi McIntyre wins the FedEx Autism Speaks 400 here at Dover. Levi McIntyre in the XI-Bears SKF Ford wins here today, his 3rd of the season. He also won at Darlington and again at Richmond. And the man from Rockin' Wrestling Racing goes to victory lane here today. Second, we'll go to William Brock. Jesse Turner, a well-needed 3rd place for him. 4th, we'll go to Joshua Collard. 5th, to Patrick Smith. 6th place will go to Max Anderson. 7th to Kyle Matthews. Kyle Langland comes from 8th. 9th to Jordan Lopez. And Jessica Shelton bounces back to finish in 10th. So a great day here at Dover. And a great win for Levi McIntyre. Average speed 102.348. So 14 races are in the books here today at Dover. The rest of the finishing order: Jason Haywood, Jack Lagacy, Kat Badson, Zachary Fitzwater, Becca Tellier, and Cole Deaver is the last car on the lead lap in 16th. Then Glenn Duhit, Shane Lake, Dylan Poteet, JT Bryant, Johnny Gardner, and Preston Plord was the last car to finish on the lead lap, finish the race in 22nd position. And look at the attrition list again. 19 cars out of this race, all because of a crash, and that is absolutely crazy here. So a crash-filled FedEx Autism 400 is over with here. Congratulations again to Levi McIntyre, the winner here today, as he gets his third of the season and extends his points lead towards the points chase. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NRS's gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Texas Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check those races out. And some of the best off-on races are in the NNSCRA. Hey. So that's the story here today from Dover. Next race on the tour will be at Riverside Raceway for the running of the Budweiser 400. Yeah. So that'll be the first road course stop on the tour, and should be a great race over there, as it always is. So that's the story here today from Dover. This is James Qualls. It's been a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.